It's got me a couple of things I want to go over with you too, that we do have things labeled, like there's a fireman's loop down there.
There's a what?
Fireman's loop.
Oh, okay.
So what this is, this right here,
Yeah.
if this needs to be somewhere there's people who could see it.
Okay.
And then print a brig label on it, cut here, in emergency.
Okay.
You cut this wire, the whole entire car goes dead.
Okay.
Like all the contactors open, all the HV turns off, it just renders the car useless.
Okay.
You could also just pull it out too. But it's little things like that that like don't bury this and let it could go away.
That cuts 12 volt and everything?
No, high voltage. It basically renders all that. Everything that's like illumination wires, we went through all that. We labeled everything for you. You got any questions, dude? We're here, you know. FaceTime you, do whatever we need to do. We left you all brake light stuff back there because now your brake lights are going through that special switch I built for you down here.
Okay. So they are ran through.
That's ran back there. So what you're going to do is you can piggyback off of that and probably put a relay on it, because the computer now is in charge of your brake lights. It's no longer a switch. Switch tells the computer the brakes are on. It kills power to the motor.
The circuit for the brake lights
is all there.
Oh, it's going through there already?
Yeah, we already wired all that for you. Yeah. Well, you already have a brake light back there. Because it's not a high amperage, so I don't know if you're running LEDs or incandescents. Incandescents might draw too much power, so you want to run a little relay. You guys want to go through the whole thing tip to tail to kind of show you how everything works?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start in the back. There's two full systems in this car. We call it our high voltage and low voltage. Low voltage is anything 12 volt related, lights, radios, all the other stuff, computer systems. High voltage is usually designated with all the yellow cables. So there's two switches to turn this car on. This is your 12 volt main. If you're gonna be storing the car for over a week, just turn it off. And because these things drain in microamps, but it does drain the battery slowly. That will continue to blink. Blue means everything's good, green means everything's good, red means we have a BMS fault. So this is your PDU. These are your BMSs, this is your vehicle control unit, and this is your charger. So you'll see these kind of throughout the car. There's two underneath the floor, and then one in that front bulkhead as well that control all the batteries. Once again, this is more for battery management, charging management, and everything going on in all 96 cells in this car. Underneath the car, there's a big, like huge, you saw that thing. That's your main high voltage shut off. It's a maintenance switch.
What would it be for?
Your entire high voltage system kills batteries. So it disconnects the batteries from everything.
Why would you do that?
Maintenance. You want to do some, or you're stored in the car for a long time.
Okay.
Or you're going away, you don't want to deal with it. Safety situation, you reach underneath here, you turn it off. You go run this at the track, put a big label, high voltage, turn off. You're upside down, they just turn on and off. That big guy.
Got it.
So that turns on your high voltage.
But it's still blinking. It's still.
Yeah, well, the high voltage is a separate system, like I said.
Okay.
Now, once this is live, like we just turned it on, there's a set of contactors up in the front of the car. So we're gonna bounce around a little bit here. All the high voltage runs to what we call a contactor box, or a high voltage distribution. And that's what this is. You got high voltage coming in and a bunch of switches, relays. If you're gonna be doing AC or heater, we already gave you everything you need here for high voltage heater and AC. All your relays are there. Once the key turns on to the car, you guys will hear the whole entire system fire up. That clicking is basically all the contactors now firing. So the positive and negative is on. The car is now fully charged and live. Just like you get in your Tesla, you hear that clicking noise.
Right.
Those all the contactors are engaged. The pumps
Your door
just
is open. Your door is open.
Yeah.
That's because I'm getting in the fucking car. Commie bastard.
Oh, you want us to take that out? We put that in
No,
here.
I like that it tells me that the door is open.
Well, this
as
one
I'm
tells you it's
exiting
ajar.
the car. I'm getting out of the car. Your door is open. That's right.
Our Welshman thought it'd be.
Your door is ajar.
Well, yeah, we did the ajar thing because, you know, the British guy over
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Or
got it.
Welsh, I should, sorry. You'll hear fans click on and off. That's totally normal. It cycles through the whole entire system. Back here, this is all the cooling for the battery pack. That's on that dielectric fluid cooling system that I told you about. That is completely separate from what's up here.
But that, if that isn't on, will the car not go?
No, it's fully drivable right now.
I know, but if the cooling, because that's the most important thing for these batteries.
No, these batteries actually here in Southern California don't really get too hot. When you get super hot is when you're supercharging. When you go in there and you hit, you're not gonna be supercharging this car.
Right.
You're gonna be level 2 charging this car. Your charge port's here, I think you're putting it behind the light. This car only does level 2, it does not supercharge.
All right.
So you're not gonna be able to go to those quick charging stations and expect it to work. Plug it in your shop, let it sit, it'll be fine. This main radiator is for the inverter and the drivetrain. And that fan will turn on and off at about 75 degrees C on the inverter. Don't worry about it. It'll just handle everything for you. It's already programmed and ready to go. If the battery fan turns on, it's hitting about 40, 45 on the 40 on the batteries. C, we do everything in Celsius just because it's easy. But it's already pre-programmed to work for you. The car is really simple to drive. Put your foot on the brake, put the little, revolt symbol on your dash, and the car rolls. We did put creep on it, so it's going to automatically engage into what it call creep mode. So it's going to start to move forward on you, just like a gas car. So once you're in drive,
It starts moving.
it starts moving. So if I get in here right now, put my foot on the pedal,
I'll stand over here.
and hit reverse, see it starts moving on me.
Hey, watch that door.
So that's already going to happen for you. Now we're actually connected to your car.
Oh, good. That's nice to know that you can connect to the car.
Yeah.
When I... fuck is that about?
If you ever race, I'm going to put you in reverse, and I'm going to go ahead and.
Why does it have a Chinese flag on it?
Hey, don't tell the commies that. So in here, we could come in here and go, okay, we could change your regen, we could change your cooling.
Put it in drive.
Yeah, change your fan temperature. So now I pulled the fan. It's like, okay, if it's really cold outside, I can change it. So I can change those temperatures on you really quickly.
Yeah, I'm going to stand over here just for this.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I've seen the movie Christine, right?
Yeah.
You have full control of how much power this has. We could literally turn it down to a go-kart. And do that from an app on your iPhone. And I know you guys have iPhones.
Is that
except for you.
proximity based? Correct. Is that proximity based? Like, do
It
you have
is.
to be on the same Wi-Fi or same?
You have to
Bluetooth?
be within Bluetooth shot of the car. And then if there's any ever troubleshooting issues that you're like, okay, something's going wrong, you can either refer to this thing and send me a screenshot of what's going on, or behind the dash, inside the glove box, we have a display.
Yeah,
that,
and then we can send that data to you?
yeah. And this right here gives you basically a breakdown of everything going on the high voltage system, each module, your cell resistance. We could see all the thermal mapping. We could also go in here and see all the cells in here, what does what. I'm actually giving you an updated screen because this section is not in this car. This is designed for a bigger battery pack, so it's got a little more flexibility. It also shows you what's balancing, so this pack is actively balancing right now. And now everything in red is trying to bring down to match up everything else. These things will always be doing this. So as we cycle through this, this also logs everything that you're doing, Tim. So
Right, does one of them just, like a safety check, you can just press one, or do you have to go cycle each one of them?
There's only a few screens. Like this is what I call the drive screen. It gives you all your mins and maxes off your temperatures, so you know what the coldest pack is and the hottest pack, and also your highest and lowest voltages. And then your delta V. Your delta V is at 0.098 right now, which is.
Any reason like getting in an
It's still-
aircraft to do a system check? Is that, or this?
No, I mean, if you do want to do like a check,
But
just,
it's not a warning. It's not going to be, I hear a beep said, you should watch this. It doesn't monitor like that?
no, your fans will turn on if it gets too hot.
All right.
If you want a warning, we do have a light up here that shows you that your charge port is active. If there's anything that does go wrong, you will see a big red stripe across
That's
the
what
top
I mean.
here.
So I opened the glove box, checked that out when I started. Everything's good to go.
If you don't see any red stripes across the top, you're good to go.
Well, and if there's anything major wrong, any isolation faults, voltage faults, anything like that, it just won't go into drive.
All right.
Yeah. It will shut itself
It will
off.
drive itself back to you guys.
And it can, if it gets, yeah.
I've got to go home. Where'd the car go? I went down.